Puerto Rican Mexican time. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to Four Collectors.
We still do an intro 15 minutes late, bro.
15 minutes. Well, you know, this is the Latino, so you got Cuban time, Puerto Rican time, and Mexican time.
Oh my goodness
So
gracious.
we got all three late, but no, we're on time. We're on Cuban time over here.
Yeah. I got a new phone, so like it wasn't in stored anymore. You know what I mean? So I don't
The
remember it by
password.
heart.
So you gotta
Yeah.
redo the facial rec.
Yeah.
Confluence, my boy
So
Ruben.
somebody ended up getting an email giving me a code.
Well, you know,
All right,
like
guys.
you said,
How you doing? So what's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
I'm feeling good, man. I mean, the chat was live. I was trying to keep everyone entertained in the in the chats. I was talking indie racing, talked a little Daytona 500, cracking jokes with Ruben and Patrick. It was fun.
I can't even see the chat, but Lou, you keep us there. Any questions and stuff, you let us know what's happening in the
Yeah, I
chat.
could do that. I was giving them a play-by-play. I was like, at this point, after Pepino missed the password, you were yelling at him to call John.
We did, and we got the relief pitcher. Dan came in. Dan
Yeah.
from Dan's Vintage, and he finally got us set up. So thank you, Dan, for that one.
Thanks, man.
Oh man, hilarious.
So what's up? So hey, wait, do the introduction, Pepino. Yo.
Yo.
Yo, welcome to the Four Collectors channel. We got LouRok. We got we got a collector's dream. Man, I was so lucky. I was like, oh man, I always do this. So I was like, oh man, it's always me.
I know. We told you. You gotta log in. Then you can go ahead and do your smoke.
Yeah. No. Oh my gosh. I
Thanks
thought,
for
and I
being
was,
on.
and you guys asked me like literally 10 minutes, 15 minutes before the time, and I show up. I'm running up the stairs, thinking I was going to be late. Man, I was the first one to the party.
Yeah, I was right behind you. I'm going, what's going on there? so we made it though. We're here, guys.
It's all good.
So
It's
I'm
all
glad we got some guys in the chat here. It's always good to see our friends and our buddies here. The chat is where it's at usually.
Yep.
And Lou, I got something for you today. Check it
Damn.
out.
What you got, bro?
The
Oh,
Yankees.
I like it. Oh, number 7. Lucky 7.
And it's the
That's dope.
50th anniversary
Oh,
league
that's
series.
nice.
See, my boy
So I
O's
figured,
got
you
the
know,
crease.
we gotta have the Yankees represent the Yankees here, since the Dodgers only
And
beat.
no name, right? No name on it.
It's just got number 7. It's the old school.
Yeah.
No names on the
It's
back.
supposed to be, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but they sell jerseys more the other way.
Yeah. You don't know. Well, actually, it's got this.
What is that like? Oh, that's dope.
51 Mickey Mantle. So it's like his
Damn,
rookie year
Bowman.
thing. A fancy
Bowman.
Mitchell and Ness edition.
Mitchell Ness always does good quality work.
Yeah. It's got a nice little
Yeah,
inscription there,
Mickey
Mickey Mantle there. And it's got here the Cooperstown collection on this side.
Yeah, all that Cooperstown. I got their shirts for that. Some Brooklyn Dodger stuff. I got Yankee stuff from them. It's good stuff.
Gotta represent the Yankees.
I was watching your video talking about how you're not very good getting attached to your infielders, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you saw that.
What are you gonna do, you know?
Yeah, the Yankee infield, man. Robbie Cano, don't you know? Alfonso Soriano. I got a box of that stuff. At least and Glaber, Volpe. I just gotta stop. I gotta stop, man.
I saw your video today. It said you more Glaber cards there.
Yeah, my boy Eric hooked me up. I thought he was joking because there was some fire. He sent me some great stuff. Because in the letter, he's like, got these in the dollar box. So I don't know if he's joking because he's texted me later. He's like, bro, this was a great deal for like $7. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way you got all those autos and jerseys. I think he was being funny. There's no way that stuff was $7. If that was the case, it's like, golly, man.
Pulling out a Genie $3 card.
Oh no, that's $3 for a Glaber. That's too much.
Yeah.
But he was an all-star. He was an all-star with the Tigers. So he actually went to a better team. He went to Detroit. He played at all-star level. So I'm happy. I mean, it means that box I have over there isn't completely worth it. I got a box of Miguel Andujar's. Who was it? Someone texted me that. Dean sent me a message. I was like, yeah, Miguel Andujar. I thought he was going to be a monster, hitting 40 home runs at the hot corner. But to his detriment, I mean, he played through injury, and he rushed back from a shoulder injury, slid into third, hurt it some more, and was never the same. So, his toughness trying to play through injury actually hurt him in the long run.
It's funny though how quickly people forget how good these players were, and then they end up in the dollar boxes.
Yeah, I know.
I know. But it's good for collectors, Right?
Oh, it's great to chase. That's why I'm like, when I chase somebody, of course you want it to be something later. You don't want to spend all this money and be like, oh, it's a nickel. But at the end of the day, I was a fan. I enjoyed chasing it. Everyone's looking for the next Trout and Shohei. But shoot, even Pujols, who's a inner circle Hall of Famer, or will be a Hall of Famer, his stuff is not crazy expensive unless you're doing like the SP Authentic autos. Like Shohei stuff is just bananas. And even during the pandemic, Mike Trout stuff was bananas. His stuff has come back down to earth a little bit. But I mean, these guys fit like the Kabumis and the Color Blast, dropping 1K for a maybe. That's crazy to me. That's just crazy. I can't do it.
The prices are future prices if it pans out.
It's hoping. I mean, people just sell on hopes and dreams. They just selling hype. You know what I'm saying? Just selling on hype, man. Even if it was like, even when Judge was, he was the man in New York. He hit 50 plus home runs. He should have gotten MVP. He got Rookie of the Year, but I didn't know. The only reason I even have a nice Aaron Judge collection is because I was a fan. He got hurt. I was buying up his rookies for like pennies on the dollar. I got image variation of his rookie card for $10 because he was hurt. But if he's your guy, he's your guy, I just wish I did that with Shohei more, because when Shohei got hurt, I was like, hey, this guy, he's a pitcher, a hitter. He was a big deal, got hurt. I was in the dollar boxes, as John likes to say. I was in the dollar boxes picking up Shohei's for nothing. I just wish I did that more.
Well, Pepino's got a huge Shohei card there that, I mean, if he keeps going up, Pepino, you may want to think about moving that thing.
I know. It's like, I say Shohei, where's the ceiling? Oh, he's got to hit the ceiling. It just seems like the Japanese market, the American market is just endless. 4 MVPs already. But like I said before, the first time I told you, that's your way to a 52 mantle. You take that to the national, you'll get a 52 all day. But it hurts.
So like,
no, go ahead, bro.
Like speaking on that subject, like the ceiling, like I think about that too. Is like, how much higher could this card really go? Like, eventually, it's happened in the past so many times especially with the high players, but even good players, especially in football. Like Mahomes cards were going down, even though he won a Super Bowl, because they were overpriced. And the hype went down, and a lot of the cards of people that were still doing good went down. Like, is that going to happen in baseball? Do you think? Well,
the thing is like, once you get to a certain level, you're already at the 1% of cats with pockets like that. Once those guys get those cards, who else are you going to sell to? If the people, at the end of any card, you would think a collector has it for the most part. I know there's investors, and you got Mr. Wonderful and everything like that. But at the end of the day, when someone pays that kind of money, because they're not planning on flipping it, they're planning on keeping it in their collection. They get the card, it stays, and then it goes dark. It disappears from the world. You would think that will happen with the Ohtani, if you sell it, because there's only 50 of them. So I don't think that it necessarily drops. It's just there's no activity. The collector got his card. It can't just keep on going up and up because people are flipping it. Flippers aren't going to pay that kind of money to flip it for a higher one. There's just no way. It's already to the moon.
You got a limited amount of people that can't even afford it when it gets to that point, And look what happened to Trout. A surefire first ballot Hall of Famer,
still is,
but his card is shot down all of a sudden. And it's just because people just start focusing on somebody else. So, who knows? Who knows who's the next superstar to come in, and all of a sudden they start focusing on that guy, and just forget about the other guys. I mean, even Judge should in my opinion, I don't know, Judge and Ohtani. I prefer Judge because I like the Yankees, but I think Judge,
of course,
still has more upside, and but it's just you never know how high it's going to go, but I think that it's got to get to a point that who's going to be able to afford that card at that kind of money, and then when new guys come in, Ohtani not going to be forgotten ever, but people are not going to be putting as much money into Ohtani as they are maybe the new guys that come in.
The thing with Judge and Ohtani, they're in the two biggest markets, probably the two biggest fan bases. They got all kinds of appeal. Shohei even more so, but here you got one guy with 3 MVPs, another one 4 MVPs. It's like, how high can it go? But you have so much going for it. I think Judge actually, I mean, what else can Shohei do that hasn't been done? He won the WBC. He might do it again. He struck out Trout. That was the beginning of like everyone's like, this guy is just phenomenal. But he's got all those MVPs. He's got 2 World Series already. I think his ceiling, I'm probably wrong, but I can't see him going any astronomical than it is already. Judge, on the other hand, I can only imagine that man wins 1 World Series championship. New York is going to go bananas. They're going to go bananas.
The big guy?
It could go up a tad bit more, but his stuff is crazy too. Like I agree with you there. That are just Ohtani's
so far up there, and he also has the international market. With all people from Japan and all that also involved. But I do think that still could have some more upside. I think a little more upside than Ohtani, because Ohtani's just, it's so high already, man.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is like Ohtani and Judge. Ohtani's a unicorn. He is.
Yeah.
And we've had like Jackson Holiday had a lot of high, Henderson, Julio Rodriguez. There's hype there, but it's hype. And once they get playing games, like Julio Rodriguez cards are not crazy. Gunnar Henderson cards are not crazy. If I wanted to get those guys, I won't buy their stuff rookie year, but like now, shoot, you can get their stuff. Julio Rodriguez to me is a stud player, and his stuff is affordable. But his rookie year, I had a nice low numbered first Bowman. I had plenty of refractors and chrome, but I took that low parallel because I'm not a fan of his. I traded it in for a Mickey rookie. I got a Cabrera rookie, just because it was like a couple $100. I just took it to the National, traded up for it. I got rid of one card to get a card I wanted. So
there's another guy that people have forgotten, Cabrera. I mean, Cabrera, first time ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
Oh yeah.
And he's got the awards, he's got the MVP, he's got a triple crown. He's got it all too.
500 home runs, 3,000 hits. Boy's good.
Good. Do you really believe that Mike Trout I mean, I believe he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Do you really believe though, what with how his numbers just keep going down, that he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer at the end of his career if he doesn't have like,
Yeah,
because he's really was projected to get when he started.
Three-time MVP. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you cannot be a first ballot. It's like people give criticism to Andrew Jones. If Andrew Jones retired after his Braves career, if he's just like deuces, they were like, oh man, short career, but outstanding. But because the guy, he chased the last couple contracts, he held on. It looked bad. His last couple of years were bad, and people are holding it against him. Here's a guy, 400 home runs, 10 Gold Gloves straight. I mean, the guy dominated an era, and I think I heard on one of my favorite shows, Cracking Cooperstown, he has the best defensive WAR of all time. Best defensive WAR of all time. The guy's considered the greatest defender of all time with all these nerdy. All the nerdy math that these analytical cats like.
Yeah,
I like that. I just
Trout has a WAR, I think, of 80 or something like that.
Yep.
So I mean, he's definitely a lock.
What's his WAR in the playoffs? Oh, no.
That's the problem.
That's fun. Somebody asked me to put in the timing we were talking about, so I'm just showing it.
There's Ohtani.
So this is my my box where I have my Ohtani. So it's a pretty good name of people I have in here. So we had Cabrera, that's why he was on top with the Ohtani. Jock Peterson, he was like one of my favorite Dodgers when he was on the Dodgers.
There's a guy on there people forgot, Yelich.
I was a big Yelich got hurt after he won his MVP. He was on track to win another MVP, back-to-back MVPs, and he got hurt towards the end.
He was, yeah.
Oh man. And you know what? The thing is, I always make fun of my brother-in-law because he lives in West Palm. He's a Marlins fan. Yeah. But at one time, the Marlins outfield consisted of Ozuna, Yelich, and Stanton, bro.
Yeah.
What an outfield. Marcell Ozuna, Christian Yelich, and Giancarlo's.
Look at all the guys that have passed through there. I mean, tons of people have passed through the Marlins. Oh, that's nice.
It's a nice Mike Trout crusade. Man, the products back then, man, they were so awesome. The shine was awesome. The designs were awesome. But these are all my Mike Trouts right here. Let me see if I find it.
I'm just reading the chat. Dom is in the chat. Mike Trout.
Yeah,
Mike Trout will pick up again. As Mike Trout winds down, he's been winding down for a little bit, but once he decides and starts becoming eligible for the Hall of Fame, his update will tick up. I mean, you could probably get his update now. During COVID, that was a $1,200 card, just his base rookie. Yeah. Now you get like $300, $250 if you try hard enough.
Yeah, I think in a 10, it's about $700-800 or something like that.
But that was like a $3,200 card.
Yeah, 10, it did go crazy high at one time. Because there was a group on YouTube a long time ago that don't really exist anymore. And one of the guys on there was giving away a Mike Trout PSA 10. And I think at the time it was probably like $600, maybe $700. But I remember when I went to like 3,200, I was like, man, whoever won that card, woo, made out like a bandit if they sell it.
Yeah, I was one of those where, man, I could have gotten a Trout for like $5, and I passed on it and bought. I forgot what rookie card I bought. Maybe it was my mini Reynoso, 52 tops, because I bought that one. I can't remember how much I bought it, but I was like, I don't want to spend $500 on the Trout. Because it was modern. I was like, maybe, kind of like Wander. You just never know. I still feel uncomfortable spending that kind of money on a modern rookie card. It is what it is. I've learned from my mistakes.
That's the art.
No. Yeah. I was going to say, I'm like, that was like a 10. But I've learned from my mistakes. It's just tough.
Anything can happen to rookies. I mean, look at what Wander. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel good about buying a Trout today because he's solidified. I mean,
Yeah.
his numbers aren't changing. He for a decade he was the man. He could arguably have more MVPs. He could have had 4. He finished second. I'm sure Dom knows. Guys like Rain Man. He's finished second at least twice, I want to say, and he's got 3 already. So I think his rookie year he finished second actually. So yeah, Trout's unbelievable. So he's locked in. I won't worry about buying his rookie card, but you know, you just these young cats, man, to drop big money on like a Jackson Holiday, even a Junior Caminero. Junior, man, the kid, no one talks about him because he's in Tampa. But the guy hit what 43, 44 home runs last year. No one talks about him. No one.
I know. I mean, there's players. You know, look at the Marlins had a rise. Lisa
Yeah.
Rise. You know, an incredible hitter. You know,
But that's it. Just a
top average. But he's
hitter.
just, you know,
slap ball. He's not exciting.
Under the radar, not exciting. He's not a long ball hitter, and that's the other thing too.
But I mean, honestly, Dom loves Arias, and I have his rookie card. I like him too. Fundamentally, he's a great hitter, but he's not fast. He's not a great defender. He doesn't wow you any other way. He's just a slap ball hitter.
He's like a Tony Gwynn, type.
Tony,
you know?
Tony could do a little bit more than just slap it around.
Yeah, a little bit, but
yeah.
Yep.
But I get it. He's a good in a day, and I try to, you know, I argue with my sports buddies because they're not card guys, but just talking sports, and they were talking about why averages suck so bad. And I'm like, my argument was, yes, the pitching back in the day, you know, you got, I'm going back to gold age, the Gibsons, the Sandys, the Marishal's, those guys went complete games. You will see a guy, you know, 3-4 times in a game. So, you know, even though they were great, you had a lot of pitches, a lot of looks over a course of a season to maybe take advantage on a couple pitches. Today, you know, with all the analytics, you know, they're pulling pitchers, even though they're having a great game, they're pulling them in the 5th and 6th before the 3rd time a player is up, because numbers wise, 3rd time through the lineup, you know, batting averages go through the roof.
Skyrocket. Yeah.
They skyrocket. And, you know, exactly. So to see what Judge is doing, he's taking advantage of that one mistake. He knows he's going to get one mistake a game. He's got to take advantage, and could come from the starter. It could come from the middle reliever, the lefty specialist, the guy coming from the bullpen throwing triple digits. That's why what Judge is doing is amazing, because he's seeing 3-4 guys in a game. And that's all the hitters. They're seeing 3-4 multiple looks. They might see the starter twice, and that's it. It's just crazy. Even in the 90s, you'll see, you know, you got the Bulldogs like the Mark Burleys and, you know, even the Glavins, and they go 8 innings, 7 innings, but you're going to see them 3-4 times, and you can take advantage of, you know, maybe when they're laboring in the 6th or 7th inning, take advantage of a pitch they hook or hang. But again,
I mean, was that like Warren's? I don't know if it was like Warren Spahn and Satchel Paige, but there was a game back in the day where they went like 18 innings or something crazy, and both the starters that were major stars finished the game from start to like 17, 18 inning, whatever it was. Like, that's insane. Like, some of those pitchers were throwing like over 200 pitches in a game.
Yeah, back in the day, I mean, if you were shutting out the team, you stayed in there. I mean, even if they had a couple of runs, you stayed in there until really the manager felt that you were getting beat up pretty bad. But nowadays, they get a couple hits on you in the 5th, you're out of there, you know, right away.
You got 2 people on base.
Yeah, that's it. You're done. You're out, you know.
Like, you can't get out of it, right?
And that's a problem too, I think, because, you know, you got these guys that they just can't go more than 6 innings anymore. Their arm just doesn't hold up, you know. But you see some of these guys like Yamamoto, for example, the Japanese pitchers, you know, they practice and they go, and even on their day off, they're pitching almost complete games in the bullpens, you know. and
Yeah.
you think that they would hurt their arm, but no, their arm just keeps getting stronger and stronger.
Well,
And I've
right.
heard some of these old that they tell stories of. I mean, they pitch another game just practicing, even the day after they pitch, and you would think that that's not good, but eventually it just really gets your arms stronger and stronger and stronger, I think.
Yeah. That's something like Nolan Ryan would say. Like if you're accustomed to throwing 100 pitches a game, you can throw 100 pitches a game. But if you're accustomed to 70, you can't go past that. So that's what's wrong with the pitch count.
Yeah, I mean the Marlins got a pitcher, Sandy Alcantara. The coach, the manager tries to get him out. He doesn't want to come out. He says, my arm's great. I feel great. It's seventh inning, eighth inning. He's like, come on, I've allowed 1 or 2 runs. I feel great. Just keep me in, And he tries to pitch complete games. One of the few guys that I see that really tries to go at least 8 or 9 innings every game because he feels strong and he's used to it. And the way he practices and the amount of pitches he throws, I mean, you see him out in the outfield throwing long balls out there, just
long toss,
one after the other, long toss, one after the other. And it's like, the guys build up some arm strength,
It's an old school mentality. It's like you see Mad Max, Scherzer and Kershaw. Those are like the old heads where the manager's almost afraid. They'll look at the manager like, no, I'm good. But nowadays you got these young, they're so used to it. The pitchers, there's no fight. It's like, oh, I got 2 people on base. They're already looking in the dugout expecting the hook. They're like, oh, I got 2 people on base. It's like, you pitched the 4th and 2/3. You're not even through the 5th. And
you've thrown 70 pitches,
They just hand the ball. Yeah, 70 pitches. They just hand the ball over. Like, okay, I guess I'm out.
Yeah, when Ohtani first started pitching for the Dodgers again, his limit was 2 innings, and like 25 or 30 pitches. So whichever came first, he was gone. I mean, so that was a good probably strategy, but I don't see that with other pitchers. It's like that's the first time I've seen someone go so slow, almost 2 years after his surgery.
What's the chat say there, Lou?
We're just cracking joke. Confluence, which is Ruben.
Some people are saying that back in the day, which there's a lot of validity to it. They weren't throwing as hard as they are today. They're not, the spin rate and stuff wasn't the same. But yeah, I agree. I agree with that, but that strategy worked. You know what I mean? Like if everybody did that,
bro, you can't tell me Bob Gibson wasn't throwing heat, bro. That they're not throwing as hard. They were just built different. These cats, I think, honestly, the way they train and practice nowadays is a detriment. They throw hard all the time. You see these Japanese players, they throw all the time in between innings, practice. They're throwing, but there's a difference between pitching and just throwing as hard as you can. And that's what these young American pitchers do. They just throw hard all the time, man. That's why their arms always give out.
Yeah.
But guys threw hard back. Bob Feller, they say he threw, real hard back then. And
that's what I'm saying.
For many years, like a Warren Spahn, and look at Nolan Ryan. I mean, Nolan Ryan.
Yes.
So he was super old, and he threw, harder than anybody else I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people, I've heard that argument. Oh, they throw harder now. No, they don't. And as John always likes to say, that they measure the speed different from the pitcher's mound to the plate.
Yeah,
but you can't tell me Nolan Ryan wasn't throwing triple digits.
No, I mean, look at one of the hardest throw I ever remember is Randy Johnson.
Yeah,
I mean, Randy Johnson, he pitched a lot of innings and he threw probably harder than you could ever imagine. This guy.
He didn't even kill that bird. He can just get up and run away.
He killed that bird, man.
Yeah. But but he was 6'10". By the time that ball was released from his hand, it was already halfway through. It was already halfway down the pike.
Yeah. So have you guys seen that movie Fastball? That documentary on Netflix?
I want to say yes, but you gotta jog my memory.
It's all about pitchers, and they did like all the study and stuff. And so what Lou was saying is that back then they were measured the speed of the ball like at the plate, and now they measure the speed of the ball like a couple feet from your hand. So it's obviously faster, you know, if you read it from the hand than at the plate, because it starts slowing down by the time it gets to the plate. And they've done studies, and they said that Nolan Ryan has thrown the fastest pitch when they did the science and compared it to the way it was and corrected it. So like
Yeah,
they
supposedly
said
Nolan
Nolan
Ryan threw like
Ryan,
108 miles an hour. They said.
yeah, yeah,
Nah, I don't
you
believe
know.
that.
So
The 13th guy out of the bullpen might be throwing 100, but ain't with movement. That's why those guys are getting
yeah,
blasted. If they're throwing 100, these cats throw hard, but if it had movement, he won't be the 13th guy out of the bullpen. You know what I'm saying? They got him they got him there because he could throw hard, but I mean, not every guy has movement, man.
Yeah.
They,
No,
they throw 100 flat, and they're getting
personally,
crushed every time.
Personally, I think one of the best relievers is Chapman. I mean, Aroldis Chapman.
Mhm.
Guys, he's pretty old, and he's throwing over 100 miles an hour literally on every single pitch.
man, Altuve tagged his ass.
Bro, why you bringing up old shit, bro? Come on. He knew what was coming, the damn trash can. Altuve, he'll be a Hall of Famer, but because Beltran's getting in, I guess that controversy, the guys had the answers on the test. That's what pissed me off. People, it's like,
Yeah.
now we're just picking which cheating we approve of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Stealing science has been part of the game since the beginning. But this was just a different. They knew the answers on the test, man. It's like not figuring it out on the field or anything. I don't know. They took it.
I mean, they're still great players, but that really was a big.
That was a
big cheat.
But shoot, Beltran's getting in, so it really doesn't matter. Altuve numbers wise, second base.
When that was going on, and we were playing the Angels at Dodgers. I can't remember who else he was talking to, Mike Trout. But Mike Trout like told one of the guys that they were having a conversation. I just happened to be by them, and he said, "Man, imagine if you knew what pitch was coming." He's like, "Tell me that would be so fun." He's like, "Oh, if I knew every pitch that was coming," he's like, "baseball would be so easy," you know. Because a lot of people are even if you know what's coming, you ain't hitting it. And they're like, well, professionals can, you know? Yeah. It's a big advantage to them.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not hitting no fastball. Sure, I'm damn sure not hitting no curveball. I ain't hitting no breaking pitch.
Well, I mean, I've read stories, you know, I'm you know, I like the old guy. So, you know, I've heard stories of Satchel Paige. And Satchel Paige would tell the guys what's coming, and they still couldn't hit it. And at one point, he would tell the infielders, "Hey, just go ahead and sit down, guys. Everybody sit down." And he'd just go ahead and pitch and get them all out. You know, I mean, you know, just if you can throw the right pitch at the right location, I don't care who you are, you're just not going to hit it, man. Even if you know it's coming, but if it's in the right location, you know, where you know, if you study the guys and you know where they can't hit, because there's always a soft spot. Everybody, you know, whether it's inside or on the outside corner. I mean, if you could throw that pitch in the right place, they're not going to hit it. With the
would have been.
The guy we relate to now is the professor Maddox. You know, he was a master then. And the way he explained, you find out all these stories back then, like how he knew this guy was going to do this. He studied everything and he knew what pitch to throw. And there's even stories about him setting up, you know, a player. Yeah, and then in the playoffs, you know, that player's thinking this was going to happen, but he tricked them. Like, he remembered that.
Yeah, in that same interview, he called his own. He called the game. Like,
yeah,
he was telling the catcher what was coming, so he could set up properly.
That's just insane. You know what I mean? So there had to be pitchers in the past that, you know, were the same way. We just nowadays you can't get you weren't able to get as close to the players and all these stories as you can now. You know.
I'm sorry.
Like one of the greatest pitchers ever, Walter Johnson. They say he basically had one pitch, which was his fastball. You know, he threw a couple other pitches, but mainly it was a fastball, and you still couldn't hit it, and the guy still won over 400 and some games. You know, I mean, It's just some pitchers are almost unhittable. When Bob Gibson pitched, he was almost unhittable, and that's where they had to change the mound.
I was gonna say he wasn't
Yeah.
hittable, so we changed
He
it.
wasn't hittable. Yeah, they changed it.
But there is truth to that. There is truth to that, though. The higher the mound, the faster you're throwing, and the more break you get.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, Cesar, tell us a little bit about that. Does some of the pitchers require you to do the mound in a certain way, or put a little more dirt in the bottom or the top, or?
Yeah, because the higher the rubber is supposed to be 10 inches above the plate. So you do it with the laser and make sure it's 10 inches. So they test that at the beginning of the season, and if you're gonna have playoffs, they'll test it again before the playoffs. So the higher it is, if you raise it at 12 inches, I swear everybody says that it'll add, a couple of miles per hour to your fastball, and it'll add like an inch to your breaking ball. Go like 14 inches, and it'll increase, like 5 miles an hour. 16. The higher you go, it's like I don't know how it works, but that's what everybody says. So there's teams that are not going to make the playoffs, and they'll raise their, one team had it higher, and we had a pitcher, Brad Penny, who pitched off the mound and pitched like the best game he ever threw in his life. And that mound was at 12 inches because that team knew they weren't going to make the playoffs. So it didn't matter. So he wanted us to raise it to 12 inches, our mound at Dodger Stadium. And we're like, oh, we can't. It's not legal and this and that. So they kind of tricked him and just it gave him an illusion that on his games they put it at 12 inches. And he threw a decent game and he believed it, like, all right, thanks, But it was just like, what do you call that? Shoot.
Yeah, an optical illusion.
It's placebo. It was like the placebo effect.
Yeah.
But there's definitely truth to that. I told a story about that $1 million arm and how we had our mound like at 16 inches and they were throwing like high 90s. But then when they went to the trials and had to throw a regulation 10-inch mound, they weren't barely throwing in the 80s. So yeah, that's definitely truth to that. What's going on in the chat?
Right. No, so much going. There's like multiple conversations going on. Multiple conversations.
Well, fill us in there. Fill us in.
Well, just Dom is mad at us because he's the young guy. He likes the analytics and all the fancy numbers, and he's like, "You guys are just cherry picking certain guys," because he's. But it's like I said before. The game has changed. They throw 20 pitchers at you, just so you don't face one 3 times. But the last thing he said,
Pete Rose. One time when Pete Rose asked, like, what was harder, the minors or the majors? And he said, the minors is a lot harder. He's in the majors, you're gonna face the same pitchers like for a couple of years. You're gonna see them so many times in a year, and you get to learn them, and you get better. You hit them better. But in the minors, there's just so many pitchers, going through there. He's like, you hardly ever see the same guy, more than a couple times. He's also, it's harder to face a pitcher you've never seen before than a pitcher that you've seen, a few times already. He thought hitting in the minors was harder. That when he got to the majors, it was easier because he was familiar with the pitchers.
Yeah, and I would imagine that sometimes, these minor leaguers, they want to get to the majors, so they're a little more hungry than they are some of these major leaguers that sometimes, even though they're great players, they may not give it 110% like the minor league guys.
Yeah.
Mikey just joined.
No, go ahead. Mikey, what? Geez, Mikey.
Mikey just joined in the chat.
All right, geez, Mikey.
Hitman 23, another mic. We got like 20 mics in the chat.
I think we probably got more mics on YouTube than anybody, any other name.
John is next. It's Mike and John. That's pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
But you guys excited about this WBC? We got Team Mexico, Team Cuba.
Yeah.
I could go Dominican or Puerto Rico.
It's pretty crazy, man. There's already a couple of people that their teams won't let them play. think Rocky
Well,
Sasaki is one of them.
Well, the Cuban guys, I'm sure, are starving. And
Wait,
it's not too
yeah.
good over
What do you
there.
mean they're not letting him play?
I think that
The
the
Dodgers are
Dominican
trying to
team,
force. The Dodgers
Yeah,
trying to
like,
say,
the MLB could decline you from playing
"Oh yeah."
your
Well,
team.
Shohei's playing. Isn't Shohei playing?
Yeah, I think Shohei is playing.
Of
It was
course. Like,
announced that he
you
was.
gonna tell him- But so Rocky's not playing at all.
Yeah, that's what I read, but hey, it was social media, so maybe it was a fake.
Like Judge
But
is
it looked
playing. Like I get it. I get it. But when it comes to the WBC and Olympics, the teams, their first priority is the team. Of course, it's gonna be like, no, we don't want to expose you to extra innings and extra opportunity to hurt yourself. I get it, but come on, man. That the DR,
Yeah.
I know that the DR lineup is possibly the best lineup I've ever seen assembled. That wasn't like an all-star type team.
The Dominican team is the favorite. It's got to be the favorite.
Well, yes, because
so?
the pitching is pretty good, but I was talking to some buddies. Team USA's pitching is the best pitching that the USA has ever assembled, and it's probably the best. It is in my opinion, the best lineup in the WBC now. I mean, to have Schoolboy and Schemes 1 and 2 is bananas. Yeah, so I'm excited to have when you can get real baseball so early in the year. I just love it. I mean, and then everyone was talking about when Shohei met Trout in the WBC final. I mean, how much did we talk about that and loved it?
Yeah. He had a Tops Now card. Oh, yeah. So I was going to say, one time when I was at my card shop, this guy went in there and he had the Tops Now from when Shohei got to 50-50. He had one number to 5.
Wow.
And he had a buyer in Japan. It was raw. And he was gonna buy it for like 16,000 or something. He's like, yeah, so I was gonna mail it to him and insure it and all this, and he was gonna pay for it. He's all, and then that guy said, you know what? Can you knock $1,000 off the price, and I'll fly over there and pick it up myself. It's gonna cost me more to fly over there and fly back and stay at a room. But that was the arrangement. That guy was gonna fly from Japan to buy that card from him. It was at Tops Now from the 50-50 number to 5 or something. And that guy that was buying it, he was trying to collect like the the rainbow out of 5, out of 10, 25, whatever, 50,
And it was raw.
Yeah, and it was raw. He had just pulled it.
Yeah. Well,
he said like me and my wife pulled it, and I told her like, man, this is probably like a $5,000 card. She's like, right away, sell it. You got to sell it. But he got like 3 times more than what he thought he would get for it.
And that guy who's buying it, he'll shoot. You fly, you can't trust that to the mail service. Even insuring it, you'll never see it.
Not to Japan.
Yeah. Yankees stay home, no injuries, please. Lonely basement. He doesn't want to judge. He doesn't want none of the Yankees playing. He's like, stay home and don't get hurt.
That lonely basement.
Yeah, that's someone's gonna go. And it didn't happen, right? The last one, until we got hurt, right?
Keith, lonely basement got a Dan D mantle.
Yeah, that was sick, wasn't it? I was watching on my TV, so I couldn't leave a comment, but he crushed it. He got the Red Heart last year, and then he got the Dan D this year. Super sick stuff. I can't wait till Strongsville. I got so many hopes and dreams. I'm gonna take my little check from retirement.
No, I'm with you there, man.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna monster when I come back.
In Strongville, what's going on with that and the Pokemon? They're gonna mix it, like
I don't care, bro. The kids can do it. I was telling my boys here, Jason and Mike Fisher Bike, Sticks and Seams. It's like we always talk about the next generation, the young collectors. That's what they're into. And if they're next door to a vintage show, maybe they poke their head in, be like, ooh, maybe I could sell this Charizard or whatever the Pikachu guy and get me a dang mantle. Like, they're collecting cards. My daughter likes Pokemon. Yeah. My son likes it. He's 19. To me, collecting dream, bro.
We had a car show at Dodger Stadium, and I had to work that morning, so I was gonna go like after work, like at 10 or 11. And there was another guy. He lived kind of far, and he said, like, let me know how it is, and if it's good, I'll go. So we're all gonna meet up over there. G's Mikey was gonna go as soon as it opened up. And he got there when it opened up, and he said it was probably like 90% Pokemon. A baseball card show at Dodger Stadium, and he told me like, don't even come. Not worth your time. Don't even come.
Yeah.
So
Well, the thing about Strongsville is that
that's an extreme.
it's
Like,
a lot of Pokemon here too. But I think the difference is that in Strongsville, what they're going to do is they're going to keep one entire section. They're going to put like I heard some type of curtain, and one whole section they have only the vintage. So it's not like you're going to have a vintage
Every
and then
card
Pokemon
show,
dealer
bro.
next to it.
Every card show from the last 3
one
years.
Side, period.
It's every card show. It's a normal.
Yeah.
It just became a normal card show. That's all. Strongsville had appeal because it was one thing, but now it's just a normal card show. Better venue, better hotel. So what?
But I do like that it's only gonna, all the vintage are together in one place, one area. Well, you don't have to walk around and look for the vintage dealers, in between everybody else. That's the good thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the National was kind of like that when I went in Ohio. They, it was like you had James and like all the vintage guys next to the PSA spot. That was nice because like the majority of the vintage was in that one area, like the red carpeted area. So I think most shows now are organizing it that way.
But there was still vintage in other parts of the show too, and upstairs and stuff. But we'll see. But the bottom line is, I think it's going to be okay because I think there's going to be the same dealers that were there last year, Strongsville, and those are some of the top dealers, the vintage dealers in the country. And if we get even more collectors coming in, you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, it could build more demand for vintage, and maybe you get some people that do Pokemon and they may have some vintage to sell. Who knows? It's just going to be more people there. That's the only thing.
There was a time where I wanted to buy a Ken Griffey Jr. autograph, and I didn't have it was $100, and I didn't even have $100 to buy it. And that's as soon as I get paid, I'm gonna go buy it. And I got paid, but right after work, I had to go to work at Dodge Stadium. And while I was at Dodge Stadium, I used the ATM machine there, and I got the money out. And I looked at the card shop, and I was like, back then before the pitch clock, I would get out of work like at 11:30 or midnight. Now I get up. Now we're out of there like 10:30, 11. And the pitch clock, makes a huge difference, man. It's good for me. Get more sleep. But I looked at the card shop, and it said it was open till like 2 in the morning. And I'm all like, what? That's insane. So after work, I went to the card shop to go get my Griffey, and there was like a huge Pokemon tournament or Magic the Gathering tournament. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, that's why it's open. You know what I mean? Because their card section was kind of small, and their Pokemon and Magic and all that's what keeps them alive in their tournaments. That card shop probably wouldn't be there if it was just a baseball card shop.
Well,
that's the truth now.
No, my buddy's he owns the local card shop here in Tampa, and he's like, bro, that's what keeps the lights on. He's like, if I didn't have Pokemon, he's like, I can't survive just on eBay and just straight baseball cards and football. He's like, the Pokemon appeals to so many kids and people that everyone's into it. He's like, and then you do the tournaments you'll pick one night. Like he'll have a rip night for sports, but then he'll do some kind of tournament for like the TCG games. And Plastic just put a comment. I like his channel. He put the problem with Pokemon is that it brings the gambling aspect, mystery packs, and carnival games. And I say this, where do you think they got those ideas from? It was sports cards. Sports cards got the mystery packs, the damn carnival games, the damn backyard breaks. But honestly, the whole Strongsville thing is tiring. My favorite thing that I'm looking forward to is the trade night. I hope the trade night is still on and popping because that's really what put the nail in the coffin for me to make Strongsville a destination for me. Because I saw everyone, I was like, man, the fire that was in that room on trade night, everyone's like, I got this. I'm like, golly, and it's from collector to collector. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you go from collector to collector, both sides win. Because you're not trying to, you're not trying to say, oh, I need it at 60%, I need it at 70%, and then 2 hours later you see that same card in someone's case for $300 more than what you sold it for. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to leave meat on the bone so that guy can make money.
That trade night was great, and the cards that were out there were awesome. I mean, I kind of ran out of money, you know, that Saturday morning at Strongsville, but I bought some cards. And I tell you what, I sold about $1,200 worth of cards at trade night, and I was able to get enough money to get myself the a Mickey Mantle, Venezuelan Mickey Mantle that I got the next day because I got the money for trade night. If I didn't have the trade night, I wouldn't have had that card. And there was big cards being sold there. I mean, Jackies, and I mean, people bought big stuff. There were actually dealers that were buying from the collectors.
Yeah.
Because they were big, you know, a lot of big cards, and the deals were there. I mean, us collectors.
Jackie Robinson Bonds bread. I was like,
I had my stuff there, you know, 20% below comps because that's what the dealer would give me, you know. So to sell it to a collector at 20%, you know, below comps was, hey, it's a no-brainer for me, man. Take it.
I think my favorite story though that I heard was that because there were dealers there, but someone bought Scott's cards that he draws and he sells. And Scott, I think it was Scott retelling the story that he went by a dealer and his cards were for sale in the case. Yeah. Like the dealer had no idea. Oh yeah, that's a dope. That's
the Diego card that Scott made for me. And you know, we raised over $5,000 to donate for cancer research to Scott. So got to give Scott some props on that. You know, and everybody else who bought one of these, thank you very much, guys. That really meant a lot. And you know what? Even though I've got to go tomorrow to the hospital because I got another immunotherapy treatment there, but the good thing is that the doctor told me that all the tests show that I'm negative. I have no more traces of cancer at all.
Amen.
That my lungs are clear. They did a special blood test there, and they said that you got no more cancer. They just got to keep doing the immunotherapy treatments to make sure that it doesn't come back. So they're going to do it for another 6 months. But as far as I feel great. I went out yesterday. I walked 4 miles. I didn't even feel out of breath, even though I'm missing a third of a lung. But I didn't even feel out of breath. I feel really, really good, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. My boy Tony's asking, LouRok, what are you bringing to trade? Cash. I'm bringing cash to trade. I don't really trade anything, dude. I keep it all.
I think it was a very.
Hank Aaron.
You got the Jackie doubleheader?
It's a Hank Aaron doubleheader. I may put it. I think I may put it up on the CIA auction. I think I'm going to put some cards for the CIA auction. But I got cards there.
Orlando, bro. Before you do that, call me. See if there's anything I'm interested in. That way, That way, you get a little bit more meat on the bone. There's no. I know Theo's probably in your ear saying, "What you got to sell?" But I'm gonna be
probably this weekend going through and see what I want to sell or what I want to take to the trade night because I got to start working on that and get some money together.
Yeah, when I went to the first Burbank card show, when I met a lot of YouTubers there. That I already knew, but they were going there too. So there was a lot of us. And I remember I had $20 at that time. Like I had $20 to my name to spend on baseball cards. And one of the guys that I was there with, he bought 51 Mantle rookie. And he did like a Willie Mays, did like a small trade and a couple thousand cash. And I was like, man, I'm totally out of my league here. These guys have like big budgets. But yeah, he bought the 51 Topps Mantle and put a lot of straight cash down on it.
It's a big card, man. No, I got I
And
gotta
then,
sell.
and a couple of the YouTubers were recording it, and then he was like, hey, can you please not, upload that? I don't want the cash transaction. I just, you just please do me a favor, not. And nobody did. So that was
Yeah,
cool that nobody did it for clown, but
yeah, I would
Yeah, I
love
mean,
yeah,
a,
that was,
a
before the national,
54.
I went ahead and did that. I sold a bunch of cards to a bunch of guys. I mean, Jake, Legends Never Die. I sold him a bunch of my stuff, and Garrett from Ballpark Memories, who was a dealer there. I ended up selling him a bunch of stuff, and actually, I ended up almost literally trading the cars that I brought. We had done the deal, and the money that he gave me for that, I looked on his case, and he had that green Cobb. So I was able to buy the green Cobb from him with the money he gave me for the cards that I brought. So it was almost like a trade deal there. But yeah, I mean, I'm retired, just like Lou's going to be retired. So
I, yeah,
you gotta sell some to get something
nah, I'm
sometimes.
still not there. My wife, I'm retired. I tell people I'm retired. My wife ain't retired. She's still
Yeah.
bringing home the bacon.
magic
Randall, you need to
minds.
call me. Put me in your Rolodex. Show you how old I am. Rolodex. I can't believe I said that. But call me because I'm in the market to buy stuff, dude. But
Yeah,
I'm
I'll do
looking
that.
for
We'll
like
do that.
a double header Jackie, a 54 Jackie at Strongsville. That's what I'm looking at, and a couple more big boys. But yeah, if you got something, call me, Orlando.
Yeah,
You
we'll
can,
be in
or
touch.
you could
We'll be in
just
touch.
bring it when you. I'm still trying to convince you. You need to come up, bro.
I'm trying to
Hitman is
get up there,
coming.
man.
Hitman is
I
at
know.
the party.
I heard all the
Man,
mics are
Genie's
going up.
flying down.
I know. I actually chatted with Petty, but Petty said that he's not going to be able to make it. He was going to try
Yeah,
to make it, but he said he couldn't make it. But I'm going to try my best, Lou. I just got to get my wife to let
I'm
me
just
go up
playing,
there,
bro. I'm just
But
playing,
I'd
dude.
love to. But you know what?
But
Caesar,
Rachel was asking for you. She was like, "Oh, is Atlanta coming?" I'm like, "I don't know. He's got
yeah,
some stuff going on."
yeah, I'd love to go, man. But that's still not out of the question. I'm still struggling with it. But Caesar, man, I'm so happy for you that not only did you get the bonus from the World Series, but you were able to use that to finish your lumpy set, the
Bro.
71
Yeah,
top set. That those high numbers are really tough and expensive, man. So I
Bro,
don't
yeah,
know if you were ever going to finish that with the high numbers.
yeah.
that's
No
that's a
way. I
passion.
had
That's a
no
passion,
idea. I had no idea it was that bad.
bro. That's a passion project. Just set collecting in
Yeah.
general. I mean, golly. I mean,
It-
it's not
it's
cheap. It's
frustrating.
not,
It's frustrating because I to help me out. I went back to. I used to be in all these Facebook groups for like all for set building. So I went back to one, and so say I would put my checklist on the Facebook page for people who collect just 74, 73, 72. There's those pages exist. 74 tops set builders, 73 top set builders. So I put my list on all of them, and a bunch of people would answer me. So I completed a lot like that, but like the high numbers, nobody ever really had them, and it was frustrating because then you see people selling complete sets already, and you say like they're selling them for 2,000 or 3,000. Like, damn, I think I'm 5,000 in just trying to build it. Uh, but there's no other way to do it. At least for me, that's the way to do it.
but even the modern stuff, old school. You're still spending too much money on the modern stuff. You can just buy the box at Target or Walmart. You're like, nah,
I know.
player. I'm ripping packs,
I know.
$500.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember? Like, I don't know if it was like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, where there was rumors that Topps was going to go out of business before Fanatics bought them. There was rumors that they were going out of
Yeah.
business. People were like, "Wow, Pepino, like, what are you going to do now?" I was like, "Good for me. Now I can work on my back sets." I was like, "Hey, if I don't gotta spend all this money on modern sets, I'm fine with it because it's legit. They don't exist anymore."
I was never worried. I figured someone will, kind of like the banks, someone will swoop in and bail them out, or there'll be a new game in town. You know, I mean, to me there will always be some type of baseball card. I mean, if you have baseball still relevant and playing, and you have all these superstars, there's always going to be some type of baseball card. There's going to be a company producing baseball cards. So the fact that I wasn't like stressed about it.
Yeah, but I was, my response was like, if Top stops making baseball cards, I'm totally fine with it, because there's still going to be cards being produced, just not Tops. And now I don't have to keep buying modern. Like, dude, it's crushing. $30, $30 a pack now. Yeah, it's terrible. Because before, like, I see a lot of people now. I'll see posts where people post where the shelves are all full of baseball cards. No, that's the end of the hobby. Nobody's buying shit and this and that. I was like, well, probably just got restocked for one. But in 2018, 2017, when I was buying pack, it was always like that. Anytime I went to a Target or Walmart, there was a huge selection. I could get whatever I want. And the hobby was fine. So I don't believe just because you see that, it means it's dying. Now
they just
some people say
now, like in my area, they limit it now because of all the fights that were breaking out during COVID. So Target still has like a 2-person. They never changed it. They still keep the 2. And Walmart has moved all the stuff. Now is more for Pokemon, but they've moved all their stuff to a locked case. So if you want any cards, there's no limit, but you have to get an associate to open up the case and get the cards. So, but it's good. I mean, if you're into it, because if I, really wanted to open something, I know there's going to be something to open. But again, $30 for a blaster. Like back in the day, a pack had 15 cards in it. Now there's like 4 to 6 cards in a pack. Like it's not worth it.
The thing with back in the day, you sound like an old man. So the blasters were $20, and then say when Series 2 came out, the Series 1s would be on clearance. And you could get them for $13-12. Like I don't see that anymore.
Bro, I remember a time, the 2018 Topps update with all the Shoheis, and that was a hot year. 2017, 2018, 2019, by far some of the best rookie classes of the modern era. Like 2018 had Shohei, Glaber, Acuna, Soto. It was bonkers. And I remember that stuff being, like you said, clearance, $4.99. I was getting those like all the time, man. I wish I could go back and buy more. And the thing is, Ohtani wasn't even the guy you were chasing. You were trying to chase Acuna and Soto. Those were the guys you wanted, Soto especially. But now that's another guy. I think it hurt him he's been on 4 teams. As young as he is, everyone's like, oh, he's only 26. I think he's 26, 25, 26. But he's been on 4 teams. Like, to me, that loses appeal. Like, I don't even care if I get another. So, like, there's no loyalty with him. I would rather have an Acuna who's been with 1 team. Alonso tried to be on 1 team. The Mets just screw the pooch on that one. Here you have a guy with possible 500 home runs in his career who wants to be in New York, who was a locker room guy, who wanted to stay there, and he did all the right things, and they shipped him out. Like they say, how's that not worth the money? They're throwing all kinds of money at all these players, but the guy who wants to stay and has proven himself, they don't want to keep. Like that kind of stuff boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. And he's worth the money.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Freddie Freeman when he was with the Braves, and I was hoping the Braves would keep him. But look what happened to him. He goes to the Dodgers, and now he's even got more exposure, gets his rings, and Freddie Freeman now is as a big star now.
Well, he was a star then, but they had to pick a side. They felt like they had to pick a side between Acuna and Freeman, and they went with the younger superstar. But Freeman he's a lunch pail guy. He punches in, punches out. He just shows up. But they figured that personality clash was too much. And I think Freddie would have been okay, but Acuna, the young superstar, maybe his ego was a little bit more fragile, and they stuck with him because the better contract, under more control, and
that's what happened with the Pirates with Andy Van Slyke and Barry Bonds. They were colliding, and they decided to keep Andy Van Slyke and ship Barry Bonds away, which I'm sure they regretted after. But that was the same case.
Freeman ended up being a perfect fit there. I mean, you see him, Pepino. How do you've seen Freeman out there? How is he? How is he with the rest of the team?
He's really cool as hell. He talks to us and stuff. And that's one of the things I wanted to say, like with that, is when he got to the Dodgers, to me, he was like a Ken Griffey Jr., who like most people always remember him as a Seattle Mariner and not a Red. I kind of thought that was how Freddie Freeman was going to be. He's always going to be remembered as a Brave and not a Dodger. But now I'm like, whoa, he's got the accolades as a Dodger now. Or bro, he might be remembered
with the Dodgers hat. He might go. I was thinking about that the other day. He might go in as even though he won a World Series with the Braves, he's now won one with the Dodgers. His MVPs with the Braves. Yeah, but his MVPs with the Braves, so he might on that one. But that's
to compete.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer too. What do you think of that, Lou?
What's that?
He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, Freddie. Yeah, man. Big in the playoff moments. The guy shows up everywhere he goes. You say he's a nice fit with the Dodgers, but honestly, I think Freddie is the type of guy, personality, player-wise, you can put on any roster and he will thrive. The guy is just a professional hitter, as cool as they come, good defense. His overall game is just impeccable, and nothing seems to shake him. I mean, he lives for the big moments. He's won with the Braves without Acuna, and now he's gone to probably the best lineup in baseball, and he's hitting third.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the guy is phenomenal.
He's gone through in some really clutch situations, man. I mean,
don't remind me.
That
I know
he's a pretty original kind of stance, holding it straight up with that grand slam. Woo! That's awesome.
Don't make me kick you off your own live stream.
Every time before he takes the infield, he's one of those players like Mookie, especially Mookie, Freeman, and Kike Hernandez that take a lot of extra infield. You know, like if the team's scheduled to come out at 3, they'll be out there at 2:30 just doing drills. And every time Freddie Freeman goes out there, for whatever reason, he gets somebody to stand behind the plate, and he'll throw from like 5 feet, then 10 feet, 15 feet. He pitches until he pitches from the rubber, and then he takes first base.
I bet you he's been doing that. I bet you he's been doing that since high school. It's like things like that has always worked, and that's why he's as good as he is. It's consistency, it's routine, and also, in my opinion, leaders like that are examples. It's like, hey, I'm out here. I'm an MVP. I'm a 2-time World Series champ, or 3, right? 3-time World Series champ. But if I'm out here early, you young cats need to be out here early. You know, he's not like coming in 5 minutes before the game. He's out there getting extra balls, extra batting practice. That's the way it should be. Your leaders should be doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you who I think is a true leader, a guy that actually lived a block away from my house, and he would train around this area, and I was able to get to know him and talk to him a lot. Miguel Rojas. I got his. This is a card he autographed for me, and this guy is the guy that you talk about team players. He's a team player, man. He will mingle with all the guys. He's a regular guy. He talked to everybody here in the neighborhood. I mean, you wouldn't even know he was a baseball player. He was just a normal guy, but the guy he's clutch. I mean, look what he did. I don't think the Dodgers would have won without Rojas hitting that home run at the bottom of the 9th inning. You know?
No, definitely not.
I mean, but he's a guy. If you get to know this guy, I mean, which I got to know him and his wife, the nicest guy you've ever met, just like a regular guy. no ego, no nothing. He had a batting cage in the back of his house, and at night he'd be out there batting and batting and batting and batting constantly, man. And you never think of it.
Dude, that World Series, both teams were spectacular. Both teams, man. There was
the best World Series I've seen in years.
There were so many good defensive plays, so many clutch hits. It was good baseball, man. Miguel Rojas had a lot of game-saving moments in defense too.
He threw that ball home. That got it out there. That was a big play.
He got throw from Pique to get the double play. I mean, he had a lot of great plays. Overall, everybody, when you watch the highlights after every game, there was tons of them, tons of great plays, defensive. I mean, the Blue Jays just killed themselves with their base running. Their base running was awesome.
Fast breaks and breakfast is like Pujols is going in as a Dodger. Talking about the Hall of Fame. Cardboard and plastics. My boy said 2011 Topps has 4 Hall of Fame rookie cards. I guess so. I mean, you got Trout, you got Jose Altuve, Freddie Freeman. Who else is in there? I know JT Martinez is in there. Anthony Rizzo. Who am I missing?
Yeah,
I know 57 has like 7 Hall of Fame rookie cards. 49 Bowman has a lot of Hall of Fame rookie cards because I'm trying to chase all of them. Who's the 4th one? 2011 Topps. Trout, Altuve. Someone's gonna tell me. Oh, Goldschmidt. Yeah, Paulie Goldschmidt's gonna be in. Thanks, Victor. I've been sipping on some adult beverages, so it slipped my mind. But yeah, Goldie, he got that MVP, clutch, Gold Glover. He's gonna have the numbers.
Chris Sale said also in 2011.
I thought this guy would get in. Delgado.
I mean, I get it because McGriff finished at 493. McGriff is considered clean. They look at Delgado. He's considered clean. He's at 470 plus home runs. I get it, but who was it? I think Christopher Missouri made a good point that kind of turned me on it because I like the awards. I like the resume being fat because when you look at Delgado's resume, it's not, besides from the home runs, it's not like super impressive. It's like 3 All-Stars. But it's true. He's finished second in the MVP race. And the guys he lost to was a steroid guy. So if the guy wasn't taking steroids, Delgado would have gotten. So in his defense, I'm like, okay, that's a good argument. I like that. Especially when you got several second places.
Yeah, I was also
Missouri, my boy.
I would have liked to see Sheffield get in too, but Sheffield's Tampa guy.
Damn, Bonds messed that up. That's why Sheffield and Bonds don't talk to each other. I legit believe Sheffield had no idea what that flaxseed oil was because he went training. He was hurt. He talked to Bonds about him being hurt, and Bonds is like, "Come over. I'll send you my training guy." And that's why they don't talk. Sheffield to this day cannot stand Barry Bonds because of what happened. I mean, that's Sheffield's like the thing is Sheffield's always been a big guy. He's always had that nasty, aggressive swing, and his bat speed has always been unmatched. The guy murdered the ball.
Well,
They can say he was the only guy I saw, hit the ball harder. But
our buddy Hugo, Signs of the Pastime, did a video on Sheffield, and he showed highlights of Sheffield in the Little League, and he was an all-star in the Little League and won the World Series.
Little League World.
Little League,
that team from Belmont Heights, though, man. Belmont, man, had some players.
What's that, Pepino?
It's Chris Sale, 2015 Topps Triple Threads, like autograph and relics.
Yeah, that's another guy here. I'll show you Chris Sale here. Here's a Chris Sale.
Ooh, booklet.
David Price. Great pictures there. You remember David Price?
Yeah.
Of course. He's great, bro.
5 of 5 museum collection. But
He's one of those
Chris
players
Sale,
that after they did real good and they come and suck.
Well, I mean, he's got Cy Young. He's got a triple. I think he won.
Lou, you knocked off the.
You're back. Oh, you knocked off your earpiece,
Yeah, I think so.
Mike?
Can't hear you, Lou. There you go.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, something
I
happened
must
there.
say, I hit something. The
You
thing
went
that,
off there.
yeah, I mean, with Felix Hernandez getting a lot of run, I mean, I wasn't expecting Felix Hernandez to have like 50% of the vote up to this point. But it's true what a lot of people are saying, like Jake and Dom, the way they're viewing pitchers. I mean, again, back to the modern pitcher. They're not 300 game winners are not going to come back no more. That's one of those things I think that club has died.
Who's ever going to come close to Nolan Ryan's strikeout record? Nobody ever.
Nobody.
So now they're viewing pitchers like in that era, like Felix. Felix has like 165 wins. The Johan Santana is going to be. They're looking at peaks, but Johan's peak is even smaller than Freddie's. Johan's peak was unbelievable. I think he's only got but he's got 2 Cy Youngs, but I think he's got like 130 wins. Like I don't know how many innings he pitched, but his peak was tiny.
Yeah.
Felix has a nice little 6-year stretch before he fell off. But it's true what Dom and like Jake and some of the guys have been saying. Like the way the Hall of Fame is starting to view pitchers is changing. But I think it's honestly what surprises me is how fast they're already pivoting. I thought it was going to be like a decade down the line. They're already looking at Felix. I thought Felix would be like a committee guy.
I feel like sometimes because of the modern era, the Hall of Fame let's start judging players on like their peak years, like how big of an impact were those peak years, because careers are so short now. That maybe hopefully in the future that's going to help like people like Mattingly, that end up getting hurt having shorter careers, but were super spectacular at their peak. So
yeah, they got the Jaws or whatever now instead of WAR, which is a 7-year. What is that, Lou?
Carlos Beltran. I love my silver stickers. There's a new pickup. Haven't shown it yet.
Nice.
And it goes nicely with a Jones that I already have, number 25. So I got the color match. This is going to be the Hall of Fame class this year. I'm calling it, baby. Jones and Beltran. You can't tell me that doesn't look sick, guys.
Yeah.
That's a nice pair right there.
Heck yeah. I love it, man. Looks good. I got on my desk. Good juju. They're both trending in the right direction. Beltran is a slam dunk, I think, this year. I got to talk. I was texting the guys, Dom and Jake, today. Those are my Hall of Fame guys. But I know there's a drop when all the ballots come in. But Jones is like at 85% right now. It's kind of bonkers.
I recently bought. Yeah, that's the thing. When I've said this before, but when people ask me like, "Who's the worst outfielder you've ever seen?" I would say Andrew Jones, and they're like, "What?" I said, "No, I know he was great. When I was in Kansas and Kentucky, I used to watch him on TBS or whatever. It's like all they played was Cubs and Braves, so that's all I watched. And then he was super good, but when he came to the Dodgers,
yeah, he was overweight.
I was like, who is this guy? It's not the same guy. I was excited when he came to the team, but no effort, wouldn't run, horrible fielding, just horrible. He wasn't the same person at all. So when people ask that I physically seen that year, those 2 years of Andrew Jones.
Now, my boy Ruben's asking if I'm going to grow out my hair now that I don't have to keep it short no more. I'm growing it out a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy. As my father would say, if he was still with us, what are you, a hippie? Maybe. I got all the good hair you gave me. I gotta keep it. I like that. Chris from Missouri. He's like, middle relievers will soon be a category for the Hall. I believe it. all these
Yeah.
damn little relievers, man. Lefty special. I do like that they implemented that rule of 3 outs. You got to have 3 outs unless you're hurt. You got to face 3
Yeah.
batters.
Oh, it made such a difference.
Yeah, a lot of the new rule changes were good.
Yeah, I just hope
Yeah.
they don't make the bases any bigger than they are already, man. It's just,
Dude,
know,
I'm used to them now. You know, like the size is normal to me now because I carry the bases a lot, and now it's like normal to me. But I remember the very first day that I saw him, I was like, "The hell is this pizza box?" It seemed so huge to me. I mean, it seemed humongous. The first impression. It's crazy how big it looked.
Yeah, I'm just sorry. I'm in the chat. I love Johan Santana. He was unhittable. Him, peak Johan, and peak Pedro were like the 2 pitchers. I was like, this is gonna be a long day. Like when my team was going against Johan and Pedro, it's gonna be a long day. Pedro's stretch unmatched in my lifetime. But when Johan was pitching those 2 Cy Youngs, I was like, golly, man, this guy is freaking sick.
yeah, Pedro.
All right, guys. Yeah, Pedro, 2 years. Even though the Yankees were his daddy,
Heck
he was
yeah.
awesome. But I gotta go. I get here my wife already. I don't know if you guys want to stay on, but I don't know if you can if I log off.
Tell Mrs. Pepino I said what's up.
Yeah,
Now we can get off, man. I'm going to pour me a bourbon.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy late. You guys, it's gonna be 7:40 here.
It's only 10:40. I got nothing to do tomorrow. I'm off, bruh.
Yeah, you're off already then, Lou?
You
You're
can
done?
go live again on our channels.
I'm retired, homie.
I gotta be at the hospital at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, man. That's a bummer.
You gonna do a live morning walk before you go to the hospital, or is that just on the weekend?
No, man. When I go to the hospital, tomorrow will probably be like almost an all day thing because they got to do some tests, and then I got to wait for the results of the test, and I got to see the doctor, make sure everything's okay, and then I got to start the therapy. That's 3 or 4 hours. So my day's shot. And then the next day I'll be tired, but Saturday I should be a lot better. But Saturday I'm on Hobby Hotline on 4 Collectors channel. So make sure you watch me on 4 Collectors on Saturday at 11 o'clock.
Orlando, you need to start charging cats, man. They're taking up too much of your time. You're going to be the 6th collector.
I'm on 4 Collectors, I think, more than Pepino is.
Man, you make me want to go get a physical. But you know what I did do? Like last year, I got that box that you shit in the box and mail it out, and they test you for cancer and all that. And you never heard of that, Lou?
Yeah, no, I
know. It's a little box, and you got to shit in it. You shit in it, and you mail it back to them, and they test it.
Smash it in the box.
Is that small, Pepino?
You're like, you got another box. Pepino's like, you got another box.
You literally got to fill that shit up.
Yeah, I had to scrape them off the top to close the box. All right, guys, that is great talking. Hey, hope we can do this again.
But the stream,
like,
man, with a lot of bullshit.
Really was just a hangout. All right, guys.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Mookie was asking, are you sure? Mookie was asking, you shit in the right box? Can you imagine someone opens up their box for Christmas? It's just Theo Pepino sent the wrong box.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye, everybody. Thanks to everybody who joined us. Great chat. Great chat in the comments. Everywhere. All right. Love the hobby, people. Just keep collecting baseball cards forever, Ese. Ciao.
The Yankees.
I wish I would have. Love the hobby. Keep collecting baseball cards forever, Ese.
But hey, we want to keep the lights on here at 4 Collectors Studios, so hit the like button for us, guys.
So thanks everybody for coming, and we'll see you next time on 4 Collectors.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. Subscribe to the 4 Collectors channel if you haven't done so yet, and see you soon. All right, guys. Clemente Collector has said we hit a grand slam, so that makes me feel good.